touch this and so on. So from here, we go to our circuit breaker, and circuit breaker goes to the ATS. Recommended not to mess with this section right here, okay? Try to keep the customer's hands out of this unless they are very well trained and they know what they're doing. And at the same time, we have our 12-volt battery. Been instructed that here in South Florida, batteries don't last as long as up north.
That's the only thing we replaced on our generators.
Yeah, because of the heat. Peak time for these batteries, as they telling me, 2 years, okay, on these batteries for peak. The battery basically, it's charged, it's being trickle charged by our ATS, and the reason for it is to crank the engine. It's a starter on this side of the engine. And it is a small engine, a small starter, so it doesn't need one of those big car batteries, but it's the same concept. Okay, so this is the way it should be, and plus a side cover. And I'm putting this back so I can demonstrate then how easy it is to open this machine for certain procedures that you might have to go through. Let me get my screws here. Just gonna point them, and then I'll finish putting this back. All right, so just like that, and all right, so this is the way your machine should be, okay? And of course locked. And the reason why I have the keys to give you and the manual, the reason why I recommend to have this locked is not because of vandalism. It could be, but it's not mainly for that. As you can tell, you see this slip going over the machine, okay? What this does is also nice for debris just to fall off, you know, and not getting stuck in here. But the problem is that the way that it's designed, wind grabs underneath here, and if it's not locked, will open your machine. And now as he opens your machine, now you are exposed, okay, during a hurricane, and it's not good. Machine is reinforced, okay, it's got all these metal bars here across, so it will take a beat, okay. The outside might get damaged, you know, will be some cosmetic work, but as long as your machine keeps on ticking, it's fine, okay. So again, powerhouse here, our combustion engine, our generator, and all the way to the end is a cooling fan, okay? Air moves this way, okay? And so it's nice to keep this area nice and clean so you can get a good airflow. There is an air cool, not liquid cool, so it's important to keep this going well. We'll cover the circuit breaker in a moment. Now, there's two issues here for the homeowner that it's very important to pay attention. One is the capacity of your tank. How much gas do you have at the tank? And also taking in consideration that you're going to be using gas to also supply other items in your house. That consumption of gas, you're going to have to monitor that, because depending on how much you're going to be using your grill out there, okay, and your stovetop, that it will determine how much gas you're going to be using. So that's important to pay attention to that. We'll go to the gas and I'll show you to the gas tank. In here, it's oil situation for the engine. And I've been recommended that 3 days of constant run, you should check the oil on your engine, okay? So basically, to do that, your machine, okay, so let's create that scenario right now. So your FPNL is out, you are inside of an event, let's call it storm, and 3 days have gone by. So now, remember, 3 days. Okay, I gotta check the oil on my generator, okay? So now what you do, unlock this, keep your also the keys handy, okay, labeled in case of an emergency. You unlock it, open this up carefully, it's gonna be hot. As soon as you open this up, you're gonna feel it. Machine has been running for 3 days, okay, and it's gonna be hot. So even has this plate here hot, because that's your exhaust, and at the same time your generator right there. So generator produces heat, okay, so and also your engine. So now at this point what you do is you open this up, press stop, okay, and walk away for about 5 minutes. And this is the period of time that you're going to be without power, because you're going to go through this process. Of course, you're not going to be doing this under the hurricane, inside of the hurricane. Most of the times this will be past hurricane, okay? But you still won't have power. Lots of damages around. Okay, so now at this point here, what do you do? 5 minutes gone by, and you check your oil. Dipstick right here, okay? So you check your oil. Your oil should be here, that will be full. Right now it's hard to see because it's clean, very clean oil, but it's here. Now your oil drops around here where I have my fingernail. You want to add a little bit oil to it because you also don't know how long you're going to be without power. Okay, it's no announcement that, okay, power is going to come back in 16 hours. You never know that. So basically you want to keep this in top shape. All right, so you're going to fill it back to full here, okay, to this thing. Do this a couple of times, just make sure you got a good reading, okay, just like in the car. And now, if you need to add oil, what we do, that's our oil fill right here. But you see the way it is located, it's kind of hard. I mean, you can get like one of those funnels that curve, but they have this front cover, okay, designed for easy access. No tools necessary, no bolts, nothing. 2 hands here, pull it up, boom, 1, 2, 3, pull it out, just like that. Okay, now you have access to your machine to do what you need to do. Put this against the machine, okay, and now it's much easier to add your oil. 5W30, okay, and I will have it on my sheet. And carefully just add a little bit at a time and check. You don't want to go over, okay, right. Especially in small engines like this. If you put too much oil, affects the pressure there, and it's not a good thing. But if you do, don't worry about it, okay? It's right here on the side. Okay, ma'am, if you want to come around, all right? Oil drain is a label there. Okay, we have this hose. So now what you do is you unhook this. I wish we had these in the cars. This will make it much easier. Okay, take the hose down, open this up, and now you can drain your excessive oil here. Okay, collect it, of course. Okay, I don't have to say that. And now you put this back. Okay, just stick it, remove it until you get to the right level, and that's the way it should be. Okay, you put it right back. Now you're done with this operation. So now what you do is you return your cover back on. Okay, gets a little tricky. Okay, and I don't have this totally bolted down, but you basically point those 2 pins right there on the holes. See it right there? Okay, bring it in, but now this is what happens, okay? It hits here. So now you have to pull it up to go over, okay, this, to get into the right latch there. And a lot of times when we do this, then this actually worked out very nice. But you lose the holes there, and then he ends up not going in straight. That's where the knee comes in, you know, and just keep it nice and straight. If it's not flush, okay, like this, then you're not in there, okay? If it's flush like right now, good. So you now did that. You're good to go. So now what you do is you return it back to auto, okay? In a few seconds, your machine should resume where it was left off, okay? That's it, resume, it's running, okay? Close your door, your top lid, lock it up. It is a little push because they are those latch things. Push it down a little bit, turn it this way, same thing on the other side, and you're good to go. Your light will be on green, your light will be blinking, and we'll cover that in a moment. But let's introduce a Boy Scout situation. You are in this situation here. You were on off. You press it to auto. Okay. Wait a few seconds. I'll even push it a minute. Your machine doesn't start. All right. And you are in the situation that, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Okay. You can try to call APS. Good luck with that. Okay. We're going to be scrambled all over the place. Okay. God knows, we might not even have access to your location. Okay, roads might be, you know, I was saying in a good term, okay, when I mentioned APS, because who knows what happens after a hurricane. So in a situation like that, what I would like you to do is go into the blue button and press manual. No hesitation, just press manual and your machine should start, okay? Now your machine starts, your lights come on, your wife, she's happy, you saved the day, okay, and you're good to go, all right? But now remember one thing, because the transfer switch, and we'll go to the transfer switch and we'll see it working, the transfer switch's knife is down, the bridge is connected to the generator, so it should be there. FP&L never came back, so the switch never went out. So now when you press manual, your lights should be coming on, okay? And you're good. But now remember one thing, when FP&L comes back on, the transfer will take place, but your generator will never stop. It just keeps on going. And now it's like it's been minutes, it's been an hour, you forgot, been an hour. It's like, well, we are on FP&L power, how come my generator still goes on? Wait a second, I bypassed the auto system, I manually turned it on. So now you're gonna have to come here and turn it off. Okay, so you bypass the automation. So now when you turn it off, I recommend it to bring it back to auto and see if it's sticked on auto. If it stays on auto, you're back on standby and everything is fine. If it doesn't come back to auto, okay, you give us a call. Okay, and this is after the hurricane, everything is passed already. Okay, you give us a call and we'll schedule, you know, a visit and come over and take care of that. So that's one scenario. Now I hope that years from now you will probably remember what Antonio told you. So scenario number 2, okay, everything is fine. It's been working beautifully. 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 3rd day, you check the oil, everything is okay. All of a sudden, FP&L is still not back. Your power goes out, everything went out, your generator is running. Okay, so what scenario is that? Okay, so now, generator is running. Again, open that up. Be careful every time you accessing this. It's hot. It's hot in here. So now, I don't want you to shut it off. Just leave it on. Just be careful with the heat, like I said. I want you to check the circuit breaker. Okay? Scenario 2, FP&L is out. Machine has been working well. Power went out in the house. Generator is working. Okay? Check the circuit breaker. Normally, when they trip, it's like the circuit breakers in your panel there. When they trip, they stay like sort of halfway.
Right.
All right? So now what you do is you bring it back, reset it, bring it back on. Never shut off the machine. Bring it back on, lights come on, beautiful. Okay, you saved the day again on scenario number 2, okay? If this is up and your machine is running and you have no power, okay, then something is wrong on the transfer switch, and for that, APS, hope you have an helicopter, okay? And basically that is the way here. Okay, so I'm gonna close this down because of noise. We are on auto, okay, that is up. And while we're here, you don't have to open this up every time you want to check the status of your machine. If you look on the side here, you have this indicator. This indicator is an extension of our panel here. So basically, this light should be on green all the time, okay? And before we go to the tank, let's complete this here. So this should be on green all the time. If you ever see this light yellow, that means that the machine needs attention. But it will run if it's necessary. Okay, if the power goes out, machine runs. But if you see it on yellow, APS, my indicator light on my unit, it's yellow. Okay, boom. And then they will schedule with time a technician to come out, okay, and check the machine. The machine records codes in here. We have an history, so we can go to the history of the machine and find out why did it produce that code, and with that code we should be able to attack the issue. If you ever see it in red, by all means, my machine is on red, my indicator light is on red, okay? If you want to give it a shot to open the lid, okay, try to bring it to auto, okay, and if it stays on auto, okay, but chances are that if you see this on red, you're gonna need a technician.